Hey guys, I'm here with a layout share. So I went on a little scrapbooking trip with my best friend. We meet up halfway, or about halfway. It's a little bit longer for her. Actually, since I moved, we're pretty close to the same. I still think she's has a little bit farther. But anyway, we meet in a hotel in a fairly central location, and we scrapbook. So we just scrapbook, eat, and sleep, and that's about all we do. And talk, of course, and listen to podcasts and watch movies sometimes. It's just a variety. It's just such a really fun, like, downtime. We wear sweats and t-shirts, and it's just a really lovely time. And so we try to do it I'd say about 3 times a year. And we were able to fit it in right before Christmas. And so I wanted to show you the layouts I made there. And I didn't end up working from, actually, my last video I said 3, but I think I worked with 4 kits, mainly. And I wanted to show you some of the leftovers, just to show you how much I used. And I know you don't have, like, something to compare it to, like what I started with, but some of you may be familiar enough with these lines that you may know, or have, a decent idea on how much. I don't know where that came from. These paper lines typically are. So, like, this is Fancy Pants. It was I think I had the sheets. I think I had the page, like the kit, and then I had all the embellishments. I think pretty much all of them. So I had the flare, the buttons, tickets, cut apart sheets, die cut pack, this little sticker sheet. So this is all I have left of this. So I used this paper line up like crazy. I have some tickets left, some of the cut aparts left. This is all I have left of the flare and the buttons. And then, oops, that was paper scraps. Let's see some more. I don't know if I may have used one of the pockets, library pockets. But, so this is just, this is all the stickers I had left. I cut out the alphas and put them away separately. But this is all I have left of, like, all the folders, pockets, die cuts, cut apart sheets. I think this had like a Project Life type of kit with it for cards, if I remember right. So not a whole lot left here. And then there's leftover papers. Sorry, I didn't have this very organized. I just kind of stuck it in the bag. So this is all I have left of the papers there. So some of the corrugated papers I used up with another kit. But I got almost all the paper used up. So there's what's left of Fancy Pants. And this is, I'm sorry, I didn't even tell you the paper line. This is the, is it Meology? I think the Meology line. Okay. And I'm sure I have it in a haul somewhere. So if you really want to see, like, all the stuff I had with the line, you can go back and look. But anyways, quickly I'll show you the layouts. Here's one of them, and this is all from the Meology. There's a couple layouts here that I may have added in some other product here, just very rarely, just if I really wanted something a certain color. But the letter stickers were, I put those with my letters. So there was a 6x12 sheet of just the pink, and then the rest of that 12x12 sheet with all the littler stickers. So anyway, just layered some tags here. And we did a sketch class from Big Picture, so I'm pretty sure just about every single layout. There may be 1 or 2 that aren't, but almost every layout is from that class. So we did it together, which is also another fun thing, is that it's fun to see how different our layouts look, but when we do a same sketch together. So anyway, there is this layout here, just one photo, and some layered tags, some stickers, embellishment up there, embellishment down here, and then some here. So there's that. And then this is a 2-pager. Here. Yep. So, yeah, pretty simple. Just lots of, I feel like I got a lot of photos. Some of these sketches were only for 1 photo, but most of them were for multiple photos. And so I feel like I just really scrapbooked a lot of photos. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 photos. And so here I just layered some papers, used one of the cards, layered some stickers and embellishments. Journaled over here. The paper had lines on it already, so that made it easy to journal. And then over here is mostly photos and a title, and that was about it. And I did do a little date there. So there's that. It's hard to show 2 pages. Sorry, guys. Let's see. And I got this one, which I really like. I did add in these 2 cameras. I had taken a bunch of wood veneers with me and like other random small embellishments. But everything else is from the line. These are just little, I did this towards the end of the kit, so I had a bunch of these scraps sitting around, and this is always a really fun way to use up smaller paper scraps. I hate throwing stuff away, so I generally keep all my scraps, and this is a great way to use up a bunch of them. And layered some papers, and then some of the tickets here, and some of the stars, and one of the die cuts, and then just journal down here. So that one's really fun. I love how that one turned out. And I also love doing classes, or even like the sketch class we did. It just made me think about doing photo placement differently. And this particular class, she did like to do smaller photos, and so I had to adjust for that a little bit, and that maybe I didn't get quite as many photos on a layout as she did. But it still made me crop my photos differently. It made me place them differently, and I just really like that because I need that. So there's this one here, and here I just did 2 photos matted on white, and then used a couple of cards, and then just embellished along the line here, and then just a little bit over here, just to pull the eye back this way. And it's just photos of my youngest just helping out her daddy with some fun projects around the house. And so there's that. I really like this paper line. Like, it was really easy to use. Here's 8.5 by 11, and this is one that I really like as well, because I just never would have thought of it. And I don't do 8.5 and 11 very, very often, so I just enjoy doing that. So here I just had the photo, and it's kind of coming off the edge here, and then a photo or a journaling card here, and then just embellished down here. And this place that was specific from the sketch. Her items were different, but I stamped, I think it was an Allison Craft camera stamp, and then just cut it out, and did 2 of those, and then 2 flare. And I did 1 more camera down here just to bring that together. And I spritzed with white, I think it's the white Heidi Swap, I think. Which it did not show up when I splattered it, but it showed up later, so it must not show up real well until it's dry. And here's this one, and this one I did pull in, that I pulled in craft paper, this one I pulled in some white paper. So some of the backgrounds aren't from the paper line, they're just my neutrals that I had with me. And here I just scattered some photos across, did some embellishing down here and up here, and then right here, and then journaled there. So pretty simple. And I splattered with, I'm not for sure what color that is actually. There's that. And then this was just like a pocket page I just randomly did just to use up some more of the product. I wanted to use up some cards because I had quite a few of those left still. And so I was able to use, because I don't think they were double-sided, or were they? They may have been. I don't think they were nope, they weren't double-sided. So I was able to use 4 4x6 cards just by doing this. Then I decorated them up a little bit with some product. So this was like I had taken just a group of recent photos, and so I just went through and found a bunch of selfies that I taken with both of my girls, and then just did this combined page of selfies with me and my girls. So and then just did these cards here. So here I added in a button and this camera here, which that was from my stash. And then on the other side, just added in this flare here, and then just did a little combination here of tags from the Fancy Pants. This is from the die cut pack, and then I added in this other camera just so it kind of matched the other side a little bit. But so that was just a really easy, I can just put that in my album and it's just there. It doesn't really go with the layout, it's just going to be by itself, which is totally fine. This one I love because I never, again, this is not how I would never thought to do a layout like with this photo placement. So here I did photos mixed in with the 3x4 cards and just outlined the paper, and then did a piece of pattern paper on the inside, and then used one of the pocket cards and then journaled in here. So these are just what I ended up doing was just random photos of my youngest daughter from the summer, and just that caught her personality and who she was. And then on the card journaled about the things that she loves to do right now, and a lot of them are in these photos. And then when it came to embellishing, I tried to embellish with the same color as the background of the card. So I had this die cut here as long, and then these are stickers I added on top. So I kept with the orange and the white, the green and the white, and then this one I did a black just because that was multicolored. And then here I did the same color blue that was in the background just to kind of give it some fun interest, but kind of keep within the color scheme of the particular pattern that it was on. So really love this one. This is really fun to do. And this one here was more my typical style, but was still from a sketch, I believe. Just one photo, lots of matting. So there's some corrugated paper back here and then 2 mats back here. So I matted a lot more than I typically would. And then just did some embellishing here, and then some embellishing up here. And there's that. Oops, sorry, Matt. There we go. And then just journal down here. Okay. And then this is my last one from this paper line. And again, just lots of layers of mats. I used some more of the corrugated white paper. The Fancy Pants paper line came, I think, with 3 corrugated sheets. White, red. Is it white and red? Or maybe just 2. I don't remember for sure. And I just layered some of the tags and stickers around it. So okay, so there's that one. Okay, so moving on. The next paper line that I scrapbooked a ton with was Maggie Holmes' Open Book, and I love this line, and I had so much of it. It was ridiculous. Like, I had every possible embellishment with this kit. I'm not going to pull it all out because it'll take too long. But I had every possible embellishment that I could have. Like, I even had 2 of the vellum pack. I had 2 of, like, the die cuts, but I gave one to Angie because she happened to not have it, and she had the paper line with her. 2 of the vellum sheets I didn't use. I have very little paper left. I did not get the paper pad. I just got individual sheets, and I probably used, I'd say 2/3 of them. Like, the ones that are left are more the ones that I didn't love, or like had very themey stuff that didn't work, or whatever. But I know you can't really see real well, but this is, you know, what I have left, and it's really not. Oh, I had two packages of the bows, and I only have like 1 of those left. I used up quite a few of these. I didn't use a lot of doilies at all. I used up a good portion of the glittery stickers. So just, I used up a lot is what I'm trying to say, even though there's still quite a bit in here. I really just hammered this kit pretty hard. So, I had just gotten probably too much to start with. And it's okay because I'll use it. I loved the colors. I loved even the flowers, which I was kind of skeptical about. Like, I got the pack of die cut flowers that are vellum and cardstock, and some of them are glittery and leaves, and I ended up using them a ton. I just really liked that paper line. It worked out really good. So here's one that I made, and this one was, I think, my own. I may have started with a sketch, but I think I ended up kind of doing my own thing. But I love how this one turned out. I just did the one photo in the middle and just used a bunch of the flowers and the leaves and then these vellum and just kind of, you know, surrounded the photo. And then because we had this really pretty pink bow in the hair and very frilly stuff going on in the picture, I wanted to use up these tags. So I think I used up maybe all but 2, I think, of the tags, and just scattered them around the edge of the page. And then I connected it with that black, just hand-drawn line. And then some of them I added on some embellishment, but like that was already like that. This I added the bow there, journal down here, and then I added this But yeah, just layered the flowers and leaves, and it's a very girly, very frilly page. So there's that one. This one I'm not a huge fan of, and I think it's probably because of the background paper that I used. But the sketch actually used butterflies, and I didn't have, if I would have waited to the Heidi Swap kit, I had butterflies in that kit, but I didn't have them, so I had all these gold hearts that came in this little deal. And so I'm like, well, I'll just gotta do it with the hearts. And so some of them I backed with some of the vellum circles and white circles, and it's okay. It's just not my favorite. I think just because the background maybe was too busy. I should have probably chosen a different background, but I wanted this pink because we had a lot of pink in the photo, of that specific tone of pink. So anyway, I just did use one of the doilies, and I just used some of the gold vellum die cuts and just interspersed them, some of them behind this. This was from the chipboard sheet, sticker sheet, and it just worked out perfect because the sketch had a circle photo in there. And then I just used those gold glitter stickers and journaled over here, used another one of the stickers, and then just scattered the hearts up here, along with some enamel dots that I added in from my stash. Because I don't think there were any enamel dots with that kit, I don't believe. Or if there was, I didn't get them. So, like, and then here, I just scattered some of these little stitched vellum pieces in there as well. There's one there, and there's one there. They said hello, friend, and that was perfect for the paper, or the page. So, there's that. And there's this 2-pager here, which I really like. And here, I'm trying to not, like, bug your eye with, here, let's do this here. There we go. 2-page, 8.5 by 11, and this one followed a sketch. My sizes were a little different again, but like I instead of 2 photos, I put in journaling cards, or like title cards. So interspersed those, and then just did some embellishing there, here, and over here. So just to give you a little closer look here. Some of the die cuts and vellum. And then just want to make sure I get some gold in each of those little embellishment sections. So here I used the doily, and then these cute little bobby pins. I think I used all but maybe 2 of those. There's some there. Okay. So there's that page, or that layout. And this is just a single 8.5 by 11, and I used this as paper as background, and then I added in some layers of different colors here just to pull in some of the darker colors and tones that were in the photo, and then just embellished around the photo with, this is a sticker, chipboard, and then some of the vellum pieces and flowers. And then I also used an overlay. I think I used maybe half of the overlays. Okay. Okay. And this paper was perfect for kind of vintage photos, and so we had found this vintage theater, and the colors were just perfect. And so I just layered the 2 photos here, and then just embellished and layered. And then I have quite a few paper layers as well. And I used 2 larger, the background, then 1 large piece, and then these are all strips, I believe, down here. But I wanted to pull on some of those other colors that were coming into the middle. So I'll just kind of give you a look there. And I used some of the, it's like a fabric sticky tape, which is really cute. And I tried to pull some of the vintage die cuts and like the old, I used some of the letter stickers. I used quite a few letter stickers, actually. Some layering over here. And here. So, I really like how that one turned out. Okay. Alright, and then this one here, very simple. I just layered some papers down here, added the photos this, I think this is going to be like the title page of one of my albums, my album about my childhood, and did some rub-ons here, and then just scattered some of the vintage buttons that came in this little guy here, and used one of the bows, and that was called Good. Very simple, but just very pretty, and it really lets this paper shine, which is super cute. And this one here, I did not envision myself using this paper. Sorry about that, a little interruption there. I did not envision seeing myself using this paper, especially as a background, but I had taken a bunch of my photos from my childhood and came across this picture, and just that flower is exactly this one here. And so, and then I had polka dot dress, and that's polka dot. So I'm like, I have to use it. So I went ahead, used it as a background. I used a larger 5x7 photo. And then I did mat it with, you know, some text paper, just because I felt like it needed some lighter coloring in there between the photo. It has a lot of color in it and the paper, and then just embellished around it. So, and this, I'm surprised some of these aren't falling apart more than they are, because they've been sitting in a bag for a while, a few days. Use this bobby pin there. And just layered some chipboard and doilies. I did use more of the doilies than I thought.